Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only.
Hello amazing hackers, H XTRUDER here. In this video I'm gonna tell you how to set up a hacking lab. Of course, ethically. Have you ever heard about virtual machines, hypervisors and the word virtualization? Before directly jumping into the hands-on, let us understand the theory first. Virtualization is a solution that helps make the complexity of computing manageable, dynamic and economical. Virtual machine is an efficient isolated duplicate of physical machine. Virtual machines are managed by systems called hypervisors. This sounds like preparing for an exam. No, this is not the way. So let us directly switch to the slides. Yeah. Virtual machines and hypervisors. These are the basic things that each and every hacker needs to know. Of course, ethical hacker. Virtual machine is a very simple thing. A machine in a machine. That's all. So here we can see a laptop in front of us. We have three windows and these three windows are three different virtual machines. One machine is a Windows machine and the other one is a Linux. That is how virtual machine is. A machine in a machine. That's all. What is meant by hypervisor? So hypervisor is just a piece of software, that's all, which helps to create and run a virtual machine. There are two types of hypervisors here, type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. I mean, they are named in that way only. They don't have any different name, thank God. Type 1 hypervisor. So basically in this, the hypervisor will be, the piece of software will be directly installed on a bare metal. So do you know what is a bare metal? Bare metal is a laptop or a CPU with no operating system on it. On this bare metal, the software will be directly installed, and this is very powerful because it is directly running on a hardware. There is no operating system or something like that. It is going to dynamically allocate the computer resources to the virtual machines. Below are the companies that provide type 1 hypervisor services. Let's go to type 2. Type 2 hypervisor is directly installed on a Windows machine or a Linux machine, just like an application. It does not provide high performance because it is installed on a operating system and the operating system itself will consume some system resources. That's where the system resources are being shared with both the operating system and the virtual machines as well. So performance will be lagging a bit. Anybody can deploy and manage these type 2 hypervisors. When it comes to type 1 hypervisor, it cannot be managed by you or me. It needs admin expertise and a lot of time to work on it. Below are the type 2 hypervisor service providers. Here, type 1 hypervisor versus type 2 hypervisor. If you can see, type 1 hypervisor is like we have a hardware and on that hardware we have a hypervisor installed, and on that hypervisor we have a virtual machine 1 and virtual machine 2. So each virtual machine has its own operating system. It might be a Windows or a Linux or anything. So basically type 1 hypervisors are virtual machines we use mostly for the servers. And when it comes to type 2 hypervisor, the hardware is there and on that we have an operating system. We can install any Windows or Linux operating systems here, and on that we have applications and hypervisors both. And on the hypervisor we have virtual machines installed. So when you see this, the color combination in type 1 and type 2, hardware is got the same color, operating system OS is got the same color everywhere in guest OS as well, and application is also got the same blue color. But when it comes to hypervisor, the color got changed. Here it is in yellow and here it is in blue color, because in type 2 hypervisor, the hypervisor is also treated as a normal application. As a normal application it is installed, it is a piece of software as I said, and on that we have virtual machine. This is how it is. Virtualization. So I think this makes some sense now for you. Let's go hands-on. Yeah, particularly in ethical hacking, type 2 are preferred. Type 1 hypervisors are not preferred because type 1 hypervisors are preferred for the high performance virtualization, and we don't need that much high performance virtualization, and that costs a lot as well. We just need a lab to practice our ethical hacking. So let us download one of the type 2 hypervisors, VMware. Here it is. It is VMware Workstation 16. Let me download this. We will meet once the download is complete. Let us know the system requirements in this gap. If you have a low-end PC, this will be the ideal one. Even if you have a high-end PC, this should be working fine. Nothing goes smooth with i3. If your processor is i3, there are chances that you can use everything, but nothing will go smooth. and if you have an i5 or i7 it would be really great. VMware Workstation has been downloaded. Let us try to download the Kali machine now. Kali Linux. Kali.org is the official site where we can download, and this is the particular site which we can download Kali machine, and let me hit on download button. Kali machine is available for download in different platforms, as you can see here: ARM, bare metal and virtual machine, and for us it is virtual machine. Now we need to click on that, and here we can see our system configuration is 64-bit, so we are going for 64-bit, and then VMware, we're clicking on the download button, so I can save this up to my local machine. The download has started. We can meet once the download is completed. In between, let us install the VMware PlayStation. Well, let me click on the executable file. Here is the setup ready for us. Let us click on the next. Basically this is about following all the on-screen instructions, that's all, nothing more than that. But for me, I would like to prefer to install this in a particular drive. Okay, as I already said earlier, so I would like to install this in a virtual machine drive, and I kept a software installation folder, and I created a folder for VMware, and that would be my preference. Anyhow, this is not going to limit for D drive, because VMware will take the resources from C drive as well. So of course this doesn't make any sense, but just like that I would like to do that way. Yeah, it is completed, so let us click on finish, and now let me just double click VMware Workstation on the desktop. So this is how VMware Workstation is, and this is a VMware Workstation 16 player, and this is a non-commercial use only. I mean, this is not a professional use one. So for professional use you need to purchase a license. You can click here and purchase a license. Okay, now quickly let us install the Kali Linux and as well as the DBWL lab as well. Okay, let me open the VMware here, VMware Workstation, and let us quickly go to the downloaded files, and let me extract this Kali machine to the virtual machine drive. Yes, it is done. So let me go to that particular folder where it is extracted, and here the file called VMware virtual machine configuration. This is the file which we need to double click, and the rest will be taken care by the VMware itself. Waiting for connection, and okay, I copied it. Yeah, nothing to do, just it will load automatically. And here username is Kali and password is Kali, and here is the machine. Let us quickly shut down this machine and go to the virtual machine settings. Here you don't need to click on configuration file again and again. You can just double click on VMware icon on the desktop, and here it is. So let's go to the Kali machine, and here edit virtual machine setting. Here is the memory, and we can increase the memory as per system resources available, and rest all look okay. So the hacker's machine is ready now. Let us download the victim machine, I mean the hackable machine which is vulnerable. Let me open the browser. So here it is, and let me type in Metasploitable 2. So let us go with this. We are going to download this Metasploitable 2 Linux machine. So this is a server. We can install it in a virtual machine, and this is the username and password, and you can go through all these things. I am hitting on download, save. The download is complete, and now I have extracted the file same like the Kali machine. Now let us install this DVWA lab which we have already downloaded, that is Metasploitable 2 Linux. And here, as usual, we will just double click on this VMware virtual machine configuration file, and we will sit back and relax. That's all. Everything will be taken care by virtual machine, and then we just need to provide the username and password. That's all. Let me drag it to here. Yep, I copied it. So now just provide the username and password msfadmin, and the password as well is msfadmin, and hit enter. So now we are good with this damn vulnerable web application. I'm unable to see my cursor. So basically, when we inside this DVWA lab, I mean Metasploitable 2 Linux, our mouse won't work. So we can hold Control and hit Alt. That's all. My mouse is back now. So this is how it is. Okay, now how do we access this server? Okay, let me tell you. Let us go to ifconfig, and we will see the IP address here. Here we can see inet address 192.168.117.2129. Okay, let me open the browser and hit the same 192.168.117.129 and hit enter. Yeah, boom. That is how it is. So just zooming in. Yeah, we need to go to the DVWA lab and give the admin password and PASSWOD password. That's all. This should log in to the damn vulnerable web application, and here you can practice all the labs which are available, and you can go with the security as well here, DVWA security, and change this to low or medium and hit the submit button so that this should reflect here. Okay, hitting the submit and see it reflected here as low, and it says security set to low. So that is how it is. We can practice the DVWA lab, and this is the ethical hacking lab. And we can also open the virtual machine, one more virtual machine, just by double clicking on the icon available on the desktop. So this should give this the VMware, the same VMware, and we can open the Kali Linux. That's all. And we can also customize all these kind of things which I have already done previously. So the RAM I have customized, and most probably for for this Metasploitable 2, okay, for this Metasploitable 2, let me turn off this, the down guest. Yes. So let me go with the settings here. So the RAM seems to be 512 MB. So this is a basic and very good enough for this particular Metasploitable 2. You don't need to give 1 or 2 GB until unless it is a very complex task. Okay, and everything, the rest all looks good, and leave this to the same. You don't have to change anything, just like that. And if you want to access the same lab in a different computer, or let's say you have your old computer and you want to access that in a different computer, and you install this lab on your old computer, then you can go for a bridge connection which will replace the physical network, and the complete year if both the computers are connected on a same LAN, then you can access this lab in different computer as well, but it is not encouraged because it has its own risks. Okay, thank you for the session. Have a great day.